Hello guys, my name is Srinidhi. I'm an educator on Unacademy. You guys can follow me on Unacademy and learn the English courses that I make by downloading the Unacademy Learning app on your phone, and please do check out the YouTube channel as well. So in today's lesson, we're going to learn about conditional sentences. This is part 1 of it. We'll have 2 more lessons under the same topic. I hope this one helps you guys. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, as I told you all, this is the first part of the conditional sentences where we will learn what is a conditional sentence, how many types of conditional sentences are there, and we will see a few types. Okay, now let's get started. So, conditional sentences are of 4 types. So the structure of each sentence differs, and it is very important to follow the correct one. So there are 4 different types of conditional sentences, and the structure are different for all the 4 types. And if you use a wrong structure, maybe in oral it's fine, but when you write it, your writing must be correct. Okay, now what is a conditional sentence? A conditional sentence is a statement which expresses known facts or hypothetical situations and their results. So what this conditional sentences does is these are just normal sentences or statements. They express a known fact, that is a general truth, or a hypothetical situation, that means unimaginable situations, or situations which can only be imagined but never possible in reality, and their results. Okay, so this is what happens, or this is what will be explained by a conditional sentence. Now, for example, if I win the lottery, I would travel the world. So there are 2 clauses. So I've done a lesson on clauses in the previous course, that is Basics of English Grammar Part 1. So please do go back and watch the clauses because they are the basics for conditional sentences. Alright. So here there are 2 clauses. One is the independent clause, one is the dependent clause. So here this is the dependent clause, the first one. If I win the lottery, I cannot just say if I win the lottery and let it be, because the sentence does not make sense. So we have to attach it with the main clause or an independent clause, which is I would travel the world. So here only when I win the lottery will I travel the world. So this is an if clause, and the condition must be fulfilled in order for the second part of the sentence to be fulfilled or to be realized. Okay, if I don't win the lottery, I won't be traveling the world. Correct? So that is what these conditional sentences do. So this is an hypothetical condition. I don't know for sure if I will win the lottery. I can only imagine. Okay. Next one. When water reaches 0 degree temperature, it freezes. So here also there is 2 parts to the sentence. The first clause is the independent clause. The second one is the dependent clause. For example, when I say the first one, when water reaches 0 degree temperature, so here both are like interdependent. I can't just say one sentence and leave out the other, because I cannot say it freezes. What freezes? It does not make sense. So sometimes you will have sentences which are codependent. These are codependent sentences. Okay, so here only when the water reaches 0 degree temperature it will freeze, because for the water to freeze, the first condition should be fulfilled, that is it should reach 0 degree temperature. Okay, so this is what the condition sentences do. So in this condition, it is a general truth. So the first one, it is expressing a known fact. We know that the water freezes when it reaches 0 degree temperature. We know that the water starts to boil when it reaches 100 degree temperature. Right? Now, next one. 0 conditional sentences is the first type. We have 0 conditional sentences. We have first condition, second condition, third condition. Okay. Sometimes people have a different way of saying it, that is type 1, type 2, type 3 and all. So I find this one more simple to understand than type 1, type 2. Okay. Now, 0 conditional sentences. Now, what are 0 conditional sentences? These are the sentences that express general truth. Okay. When we use a 0 condition sentence, we're talking about a general truth rather than a specific instance. It is a general truth or a known fact. When we want to express a general truth or a known fact, we use a 0 conditional sentence. Okay. Now, if you smoke, your health gets affected. This is the general truth, right? So here there are 2 clauses. The first clause is the if clause, that is if you smoke. The second one is your health gets affected. For your health to get affected, in this condition, you will have to smoke. So that is why if one has to, if the second part of the sentence should come true, the first one should happen. Okay, now look at the next one. When students don't pay attention in class, they score less in exams. So here also we have two clauses. The first one is when students don't pay attention in class, they score less in exam. In order for them to score less in exams, they shouldn't be paying attention in the class. Okay, so this is the point of the conditional sentences. That is one part of the sentence, that is usually the subordinate clause or the main clause realizes itself only when the other part of the sentence is, comes true. Okay, now pay attention to the formation of this sentence. In both the sentences we have simple present used in order to conjugate the verb. If you smoke, your health gets affected. When students don't pay attention, they score less. Both are simple present. So when zero condition sentence is used, the tense used in both the clauses must be in simple present no matter what. Okay, the common mistake used is using simple future. That is, for example, if you smoke, your health will get affected. That is what people say. No, these are known facts, and you're using a zero condition sentence. Both the clauses must and should be in simple present tense. If you smoke, your health gets affected. If you drink, your health gets affected. Okay, now the second type is first conditional sentence. So the first conditional sentences are used to express situations in which the outcome is likely but not guaranteed to happen in the future. Sorry, there's a spelling mistake over here. It is in, okay. So the outcome is very likely to happen but not guaranteed to happen. It might or might not happen. Very probable conditions are the first conditional sentences. Okay, the zero condition sentence is the general fact or known fact or general truth, whereas the first condition sentence is something where the outcome might or might not happen, but it is not guaranteed. Okay, now for example, if you take medicines, you will get better. So here there are two clauses again. For you to get better, you will have to take medicines, but I'm not sure if you will get better. It's just you might or might not get better. Sometimes even after taking medicines, people don't get better, right? So this is the sentence that expresses the outcome which might or might not happen. Okay, look at the next example. If you try, you will eventually achieve it. Maybe sometimes even after trying, you won't achieve it. So this sentence, again, two clauses, if clause and the main clause. So here, if you see, in both the cases, the outcome is very likely. You might achieve what you want, or sometimes you might not achieve it. Sometimes you will get better even after taking medicines, sometimes you won't. So the probability of the outcome is very, very light. Now look at the sentence formation. Both the sentences are in a different way. I mean, they're in the same way. What I mean to say is, the first clause is in the simple present, whereas the second clause or the main clause is in simple future. So we must use a simple present in the if clause and simple future in the main clause. So for that, you will have to identify which is a main clause and which is a subordinate clause. So main clause is the one which can stand on its own and does not need another sentence in order to make it meaningful, whereas these subordinate clauses are the clauses which are very dependent on the main clauses or independent clauses. For example, if I say, if you take medicines and leave it at that, it will not make any sense. So in this case, it is a subordinate clause, and main clauses, you will get better. Okay, so the if clause must be in simple present and the main clause must be in simple future. You cannot interchange it, and you cannot write both of them in simple present, because that becomes zero condition, and for it to qualify as a zero condition, both of them should be in simple present, and the the outcome should be a general truth, or it should be a known fact. Okay, so you cannot interchange the structure because it is incorrect. Now So unlike other other lessons under this course, we're not going to do an exercise at the end of every lesson, because I want you guys to do it at a stretch after learning all the types of conditional sentences, which will help you in a better way. Okay, now I'll give you a recap of this lesson. So conditional sentences are the sentences that express known facts, hypothetical situations, and their results. So the first one is zero conditional sentences. These are the sentences which express known facts or general truth. So in this case, both the clauses, that is if clause or the subordinate clause and the main clause, must be in simple present no matter what. And the second one is first conditional sentences. These are the sentences where the outcome is likely but not guaranteed. So here the if clause or the subordinate clause must be in simple present, and the main clause must and should be in the simple future tense. Okay, now thank you so much for your time. I'll see you guys in the next lesson, where we will learn more about conditional sentences, the remaining two parts. All right, bye bye.